Next up, we have got John Deere versus BG, powered by Stark. This will be a good game. Both teams very, very good. John Deere on fire at the moment, like I said before. Very high scoring. They have already said they're hoping if they can get through to the finals, I think we're going to get another, they're going to leap round behind us.
So yeah, John Deere are on the banning first. And what are they going to go for? I'm betting it's the JCB. It's not.
Oh, there's a shocker.
Now there's a prediction
Okay.
that I yeah, I shouldn't have put my neck out. So the case with care wheels and the New Holland T6. BG done that to me on purpose. The JCB is the second choice of John Deere
Massey
to get
Ferguson,
banned.
do you think?
And there we go.
Massive telehandler.
I still have yet to see a team actually use the Massey Ferguson telehandler when it's not.
Porsche used it yesterday, and they use it incredibly well when they do use it. It's a very stable platform, and people just don't like it in game.
The Droitsfire is John Deere's first choice with the weight on the front, so it'll be interesting to see what they choose from there. And the Fendt is the first choice of BG. Second choice of John Deere is the Steyr with the care wheels, nice fast little tractor that is not hampered by the crops.
Nope.
Whereas the Valtra is the second choice of BG powered by Stark. And then the older Fendt.
The old little Fendt 5.1 is it?
I think that's a fairly fast little tractor if I remember. And then a second large tractor.
Okay, so are they going to be looking at trying to get two larger balers possibly?
That Deutz and that Fendt, those are a good combination to put the weight on the back of that Fendt. Looks like we have slight edge and chip tuning.
So higher top speed versus faster acceleration.
And
this will be interesting if they both go for the same here.
It could be.
Oh,
no, there we go.
Okay.
Slight edge from John Deere at the end. Transport company chosen by BG powered by Stark. Now that's interesting. They've not got a second front loader.
They haven't, but we have seen John Deere very, very effectively loading bales continuously. Just like Krona did in the last game, they're very good at this.
And it's interesting that John Deere have moved over to the left.
There's obviously something they want desperately.
There is something they have all sort of gone to the left, which means...
Oh, okay, crossover.
Yeah, they're going for a harvester, they're going for the Chrome baler. They need the Chrome baler,
they actually do.
If I'd been BG, I would have absolutely made sure I grabbed that Chrome baler.
Oh, they've lost the harvester they wanted. That could hurt.
Oh, and
now they're wasting time.
Not got the Fendt. They have now. So John Deere have. Looks like they've got the case and the New Holland harvesters. Those are two good harvesters to have because basically they are. They're good all-rounders. They've got good capacity and they've got a good speed. So you tend to.
That might have been a mistake there. I think he dropped off the front weight by mistake rather than actually hook up to the baler. They seem to be floundering around. Is there still a baler?
John Deere. There's still no. John Deere appears to have two balers. So it's two balers each, two harvesters each. So it's fairly evenly matched.
So this is going to come down to the battle between constant delivery of bales from John Deere because they haven't got the auto-load bale trailer. To BG bringing bales in one big lump on the back of that auto load. John Deere are very effective at this. They are incredibly good at it.
And as a result, I think that we're going to see John Deere trying to go for that wheat bonus rather than the bale bonus.
Quite possibly, and they've managed over 800 point scores fairly easily running this setup.
Yeah. So the Chrome baler for John Deere is going up the top end and baling that up. We've got, is that a second baler going for, that can't be a second baler going for John Deere already. That must be the second baler, the baler going for BG.
I think it was BG collecting their baler. Yeah. So that'll be the third player, setting things up, moving things around.
Yeah, both teams have two harvesters going, both using a very similar harvesting strategy. Yeah. Neither of them going up to the top end, and we can see that BG is up there baling that extra strip.
Yeah, the strip you start the game with, there's always one strip already done. Most teams will go and grab that straight away because you might as well, while you're setting your equipment up, go and grab it.
Straight up set of bales. There's pretty much enough straw there to fill a baler. So if you wanted to go and drop 2 bales off immediately, you can do from that strip.
And there you go, that's what you're saying.
Yes.
2 bales straight out of there, grab them onto the auto-load trailer, then they can sit there for whenever they need them later.
And we have John Deere delivering their first 3 bales to their drop-off point. Now the interesting thing is, of course, as we were saying before, they don't have a front loader, so they are, with the Krone, they are restricted to 3 bales.
I was just going to say exactly the same thing, yeah. It's interesting they don't pick another front loader and do 4 at a time.
I think it's going to be in the latter stages of the game where that choice hurts them. While they've got the Krone, and here, that's fine, but not being able to get 3 bales back all the time with 2 balers in the later stages, that will hurt them more. Both teams creating a lot of straw at the moment. Now this is where BG powered by Stark have a little bit of a handicap in that the ideal, while it holds more grain, produces less straw. So they're going to have less straw on the field, and therefore are going to have to harvest for that little bit longer to create more bales.
Yeah. Especially we've got that situation as well now where they will probably go longer with the harvesters. We're thinking John Deere are going to go for the grain multiplier because they want to be getting maximum points for as long as they can with their bales. It's going to be interesting to see whether they do. They might not even get the power play they want if BG get to it first. So it depends which way the teams go with this. We have seen teams in other tournaments, when it gets around the drone time, coming very, very close together, all 3 players, to make sure they're right on top of that power play.
Now BG do have a little bit of an advantage to make up for the fact that the ideal drops slightly less straw and that they have to harvest for longer, in that they have the Fent baler.
Yeah.
So they are able to, once they get that straw down, they can bale it up quicker. So it's not such a huge issue as it would first appear.
One offsets the other quite nicely.
Exactly. It's amazing how all these little differences between the machines that are available to you can really affect how things go, and when it costs seconds to get a single bale out, that could be the difference in winning and losing.
We have seen it. We've seen it in the games. Yeah.
It just absolutely makes all the difference. These tiny little choices, these tiny little alterations between the two, and even down to just harvesting for that little bit too long sometimes.
Yeah, and that can even also, the opposite of that can be true. Right off the start of the game, if you don't get a piece of machinery you are hoping to get, that can throw you completely off for the rest of the game. Yeah. And then you are, as we saw in class, kind of playing catch up.
Yeah. Well, a perfect example in this would be if John Deere had not got that Krone baler.
Oh, they needed that.
On this setup, that hampers you straight off.
Yeah.
And it looks like John Deere are getting a healthy number of bales here now. Yeah. They've got 9. Ooh, did they drop 3 off then, or was that just 2?
Did they not have a
no, that was
3.
3.
Oh yeah, that's what I say. They will be backwards and forwards, and once the bales start going onto the belt, they will keep coming backwards and forwards, 3 bales at a time, and their bale stacker is very efficient.
And the other advantage they've got at the moment is that they are able to keep 2 harvesters going for longer because they only have 1 baler.
Yeah.
They're able to do that. Now we've got the drone. We can see the drone positions at the moment. The drone sits in the exact center spot of all 3 players on the team, and the idea of and then it will drop those power-ups in the middle of each team. And the closer the team is, so for example, right where John Deere were there, it would have just dropped it. Right in the middle of those 3.
We're about 20 seconds off potential start time for when the power play could be dropped. They've left both harvesters there to unload, whilst getting ready for for grabbing the grain cart. It's about that. We've said all important timing. Timing is crucial all the way through these games. They absolutely have to make sure they're getting things in the right place at the right time. If you're off by a little bit, it can have really long-lasting consequences later on.
And this is also why they've got the care-wheeled steyr.
Yeah.
Because what John Deere are able to do with that care-wheeled steyr is they can just go straight for that grain drop point. They don't need to worry that they haven't cut any of the wheat on the other end of the field. No. They can just go straight for it and get that dropped as quickly as possible.
Looks like they're having to readjust for bridges that are up. And are they going to start loading bales now?
Now, I think...
Or they're going to start stacking them. They do a triple stack at the start normally, don't they?
Now, and there we go, it has dropped.
Who's going to get to it first, and what's
now
it going to be?
It's
bales.
It's bales. Now that is going to harm John Deere.
They went for it. It was John Deere that got it, wasn't it? I'm sure it was. That's an interesting choice, because once that runs out, I suppose it'll come to grain then.
I mean, John Deere are in position to start taking full advantage of it, but they do not have as many bales there as their opponents do. So this is now down to how quickly can John Deere get more bales.
That's why I said they are very good at this. They'll do single ones. Don't get me wrong, BG are just as good.
Yeah.
All of these teams now, their bale stackers are incredibly good with the practice they've all had.
This is the advantage of doing the singles. It is just bang,
it's
bang,
quick.
bang,
Absolutely.
bang.
No time taken, stacking them on top of each other. And that's also the advantage of having the auto-load bale trailer. It unloads in stacks of 2 already. So, you know, it swings and roundabouts which the teams go for. As you can see, they're neatly stacked, nicely spaced when they're unloaded. But John Deere are quick at doing the single bales at a time.
And have already pulled out a 150-point lead.
Yeah, with the power play counting down, John Deere were definitely ahead. You can't afford to be dropping bales down like that either. They don't want to be doing that.
That is not good.
It's unusual, you know. It's that, and again, those small mistakes. When you can get a game that comes down to the last bale, last 2 bales, you can't afford to be dropping them. You don't want them coming off that belt. But they are all concentrating intently and constantly communicating.
It is still a 90-point difference between the two.
Oh, that's interesting. That's brave.
That's so brave.
Oh, is that going to stick?
That is absolutely how quickly can I load these. I don't think
tip off?
they are that well loaded.
It does go through. Fair play. That was well done.
It looks like the points went in.
That's not bad at all.
And there we go. The power play has ended, and BG have made up the difference and are now in the lead.
Like I say, those bale stackers, the bale stackers on each team are incredibly, on all the teams. Oh, no. Bridge up when you arrive. That's not what you want to happen. That's a long drive round now, and you don't really want to wait for the other one to come down. Now we're going to be seeing grain drops.
That's a lot of grain
that
John Deere have got in there, and they are heading straight. That's why John Deere have stopped loading bales.
Yeah.
They are now preparing for that grain drop. 20 points in this at the moment.
They're going to be hoping they've got way more. I don't know if there's not a lot in it. Looking at both those grain trailers, you know.
I actually think, you know what? I think BG actually have more. This could be a big upset.
It's going to be a tight game. It's whether they can take advantage when their grain starts going in. That's the thing. It will bounce backwards and forwards. The multiplier will go either way, and it's where it ends up. That's the most crucial thing. As it starts to go up, get those bales on.
So John Deere are now unloaded. They're going to try and take advantage of this as quickly as possible. It looks like BG have got slightly lost.
Lost on the way to the grain drop.
So at this point, John Deere are hoping these bales are going to make it up before this gets evened up. But BG are now unloading and are now evening this up.
This could swing back the other way, you know.
It could. It depends on how much John Deere still have in their trailer, and they don't. That is it.
So will this go far enough back to level it?
John Deere are trying to take full advantage of the multiplier that they've got. Meanwhile, BG are just getting as many bales in as they can. This is going to be a close one, and they don't quite have enough.
So this is the thing. John Deere dropped their grain and they took full advantage of that multiplier when they had it. By the time that BG got there and put their grain in, all they've done is level the playing field. And John Deere have already got that advantage. If they now go bale for bale, John Deere have got it. That was really well played.
This is now up to how many bales can BG get loaded as quickly as possible. 8 bales here is actually really helpful. That gives them a lot more than John Deere currently have. But, in fact, they've got 11 bales sitting there. This is a little bit nerve-wracking.
John Deere back and forth. I just think John Deere took really good advantage of that multiplier.
They did.
I think it didn't help the fact that BG, whoever the driver was taking the stuff to the grain point, seemed to get a little bit lost. They were a little bit out of place. it didn't come back level as quickly as I think they'd hoped it would, and they weren't putting any bales in while the multiplier was like that. Had they been the first team to put the grain in, the points would be the other way now.
Right, BG, it's now down to BG Stacker. Can they even up this points difference?
With just over 2 minutes left on the clock, this is now just as many bales in as possible. Have you got enough on hand, and can your stacker get them on that conveyor belt? And it looks like, John Deere have run out, and just as they do that, another 2 arrive. If they can keep these 2 balers going backwards and forwards and keep this loader fed, they should be okay.
They should be able to hold that.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No, no, no!
BG got too close, and they've got that. There we go. You get that a little bit too close, and it just takes hold of it. I don't think BG have the bales.
I don't know. They're still. I mean, they have closed the gap a bit now. But John Deere still have that constant supply.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know though. With 1 minute 20 to go, is it going to be as high scoring as we've seen? I don't think so.
It's quite. Yeah, BG are definitely keeping themselves filled, but it is still a 100-point difference.
It's again very efficient bale loads in. They're doing a great job.
And I'm amazed at how much John Deere are able to keep themselves supplied. I mean,
Now this is where this can swing.
Right.
Because
at this point,
BG have got bales sitting there.
Oof.
This can swing the other way
this
now.
could swing. There is 46 seconds. This is all down to
John Deere have got no bales there.
John Deere have nothing to reply to this with at the moment.
BG have got to get them on. They need to get them on there with 30 seconds to go.
BG only have 2 more bales sitting there next to the one they've already loaded, though.
666, 80. They could still be out by.
And they're trying to just
20 seconds on the clock. 660. They're getting closer.
As they can. Oh
20
man!
seconds. It's going to be close.
If they get one of these bales in, and John Deere
come back with another one.
answered back.
There you go. That was so. I really thought they were going to do that for a minute.
Oh, really?
No, come on, they've got another bale.
They've got no more bales. That's it. There we go.
Great
wow.
win. That was a close game.
27 points in it.
Great win by John Deere, but BG, wow. That's what we said at the start of the game. It can come down to 1 or 2 bales at the end, and it really did.
Yeah, two more bales and BG would have had that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Or
Good
countering
game.
that multiplier earlier.
Yeah. I mean, that again, that tiny little hiccup there, not quite getting there in time.
If there was a point at which I was going to go, right, that's where it went wrong for them.
Yeah.
It is that multiplier.
They were too late getting to that grain.
Yeah.
They could have countered John Deere's grain had they got there at the same time, and it
John
would have been
Deere
fine.
while they had the multiplier up, they had, must have been at least 5 or 6 bales that they got in, just gave them that whack of points ahead, and just meant
Absolutely.
that BG were in a position that they